The worst mistake a smart man can make is to think that his intelligence will save him. You have been taught a lie. You were told in school that if you work the hardest, if you have the best ideas, and if you shine the brightest, you will be rewarded. You were told that merit is the currency of the world. This is a fairy tale for slaves. In the real world of power, talent is dangerous. Competence is a threat, and brilliance is a death sentence if you do not know how to control it. We are discussing the first law of power: never outshine the master. Who is the master? He is your boss. He is your mentor. He is your father-in-law. He is the dominant friend in your social circle. He is anyone who holds authority over you. Every master has a secret terror. Deep down, beneath their expensive suits and their titles, they are terrified that they are frauds. They are terrified that they are losing their touch. They are terrified that a younger, hungrier, smarter wolf is coming to take their throne. And then, here you come. You are eager. You are full of energy. You want to impress him. You fix his mistakes in the meeting. You tell a joke that is funnier than his. You come up with a strategy that he didn't think of. You think you are being a good soldier. You think you are proving your value. But to him, you are not proving your value. You are proving his obsolescence. When you shine too brightly, you cast a shadow over the master. You make him look dull by comparison. And human beings do not forgive those who make them feel inferior. Look at history. Nicolas Fouquet was the finance minister of King Louis XIV. He was a genius. He was loyal. He wanted to impress the king, so he threw the most magnificent party France had ever seen. The food was perfect. The music was divine. The fountains were magical. Fouquet thought the king would love him for it. He thought, "Look what I can do for you, sire." The next day, the king had him arrested. Fouquet spent the last 20 years of his life rotting in a solitary prison cell. Why? Because the party was too good. The king felt like a guest in his own country. Fouquet's brilliance made the king feel like a peasant. So the king destroyed him. You must understand the biology of envy. Envy is the most toxic emotion in the human spectrum. It is silent. Your boss will never say, "I am firing you because you are smarter than me." That would admit weakness. Instead, he will say, "You are not a team player." He will say, "You lack experience." He will say, "We are going in a different direction." He will gaslight you. He will sabotage your projects. He will isolate you. And you will be left wondering what went wrong, thinking you didn't work hard enough. The truth is, you worked too hard. You violated the hierarchy. The master wants to be the sun. He wants to be the source of all light, all warmth, and all attention. He needs to feel that his wisdom is superior to yours. If you block his light, it will burn you. This series is not about becoming mediocre. It is about becoming invisible. It is about learning how to be a genius in the dark. It is about learning how to feed the master's ego so that he lowers his guard, while you quietly accumulate power in the background. To survive, you must learn to play the fool. You must learn to make your master look smarter than he actually is. You must learn the art of strategic incompetence. You have two choices: shine bright, feed your ego, and get your head cut off, or hide your light, feed his ego, and inherit the kingdom. The choice is yours. The biology of insecurity. To master the art of the shadow, you must first understand the creature you are dealing with. You look at your master, your boss, your professor, the leader of your group, and you see power. You see confidence. You see a man who has made it. This is an illusion. It is a mask painted on a thin layer of skin to hide a rotting interior of doubt. Insecurity is the default state of authority. The higher a man climbs, the more he fears the fall. When you are at the bottom, you have nothing to lose. When you are at the top, you have everything to lose. And you see a thief in every shadow. Your master wakes up every morning, wondering if today is the day he is exposed as a fraud. He wonders if his relevance is fading. He wonders if the world is moving on without him. This is the imposter syndrome of power. And into this fragile ecosystem walks you, young, vibrant, and desperate to prove how smart you are. You must understand that your talent is not a gift to him. It is a mirror. When you perform a task effortlessly that he struggles with, you are not helping him. You are holding up a mirror that reflects his own inadequacy. If you write a report better than he could, you are telling him, "I don't need you." If you charm the client more effectively than he does, you are telling him, "I am more charismatic than you." You are attacking his self-worth at its very foundation. There is a specific type of talent that is most dangerous: natural genius. If you work hard, sweat, and struggle to achieve a result, the master can tolerate you. He can tell himself, "He is a hard worker, a good mule, but I am the brain." He can rationalize your success as a product of his guidance. But if you are naturally gifted, if you are witty without trying, if you solve problems instantly that took him years to understand, he will hate you with a biblical intensity. Natural talent implies that you are biologically superior. It implies that no matter how hard he works, he will never be what you are. This breeds a deep, festering resentment that will eventually turn into destruction. Consider the dynamic of the favorite. In history, the king's favorite was often the first to be executed when the political winds changed. Why? Because the favorite gets too close. He sees the king without his makeup. He sees the king when he is weak. He is crying when he is foolish. The favorite begins to believe they are equals. This is the death of the favorite. You must never act as if you are on equal footing with the master, even if he invites you to be. He may say, "Call me by my first name," or "We are all friends here." Do not believe him. It is a trap. The moment you drop your guard and act like his peer, you trigger his paranoia. He will think you have lost respect for his authority. You might be thinking, "But I am just trying to help the company win." You are naive. The master does not care about the company winning. He cares about himself winning. If the company succeeds but he looks foolish, that is a loss. If the company fails but he looks like the tragic hero who tried his best, that is a victory. His ego is the only metric that matters. Your competence is only useful to him if it can be harvested and claimed as his own. If your competence shines so bright that it blinds the audience to his presence, you have become a liability. The biology of insecurity creates a binary worldview for the master. You are either a tool or a threat. A tool is dull, reliable, and invisible. It does the work, and the master holds it. A threat is sharp, shiny, and draws attention. If you are a threat, he has two options: destroy you immediately, or keep you close until he can steal your ideas and then destroy you. Most men walk into this trap with their eyes open. They think, if I just do a great job, he will promote me. No. If you do a perfect job, he will fear you. If you do a good job and give him the credit, he will promote you. You must learn to diagnose the insecurity level of your master. Is he a fallen star? Someone who used to be great but is now declining? These are the most dangerous. They are bitter and looking for someone to blame for their irrelevance. Is he a paranoid king? Someone who sees betrayal everywhere? These men require constant, over-the-top reassurance of loyalty. You are not. There to display your feathers. You are there to fan him with them. In the next part, we will discuss the practical techniques of strategic incompetence. How to make intentional mistakes to save your life. The art of the defect. Now we move from theory to weapons. You understand that your perfection is an insult. So, how do you remain effective without becoming a threat? You must master the art of the defect. You must intentionally design flaws into your armor. This is strategic incompetence. It is the ability to be brilliant at the big things, but clumsy at the small things, specifically so the master can step in and save you. This creates a psychological dynamic where he feels needed. If you can do everything better than him, he is obsolete. If you can do 90% of the work but need his wisdom for the final 10%, he is essential. You must learn to ask for help when you do not need it. This is the ultimate stroke of the ego. Imagine you have already solved a complex problem. You have the solution ready. Do not present it immediately. Instead, go to the master with the problem 95% solved. Present the dilemma. Look a little confused. Ask him, I am struggling with this final piece. With your experience, how would you approach this? When he gives you the answer you already knew, you must light up. You must look at him with awe. Of course, I didn't see it that way. That is brilliant. You have just turned your success into his victory. You have validated his position as the alpha. He will walk away thinking, he is a good kid, but he still needs me. You are now safe. Consider the tactic of the attribution echo. When you have a groundbreaking idea that could revolutionize the company or the group, never present it as purely your own. It triggers envy. Instead, find a way to link it to something the master said in the past. Even if the connection is vague, use it. Say, I was thinking about what you said in the meeting last month about efficiency, and it gave me this idea. You are retroactively giving him the patent on your genius. You are telling him that the seed was his, and you are merely the gardener who watered it. He will defend your idea to the death because, in his mind, he is defending his own child. There is a fine line you must walk. You cannot appear incompetent at your core job, or you will be fired. You must be indispensable in execution, but dependent in vision. You want to be the hands, not the head. Let him believe he is the brain. Let him believe he is the grand architect. Galileo Galilei understood this perfectly. When he discovered the moons of Jupiter, he did not name them after himself. He named them the Medicean stars, after the Medici family, his patrons. He turned his discovery into a billboard for their glory. He didn't say, look how smart I am. He said, look how powerful you are. Even the heavens honor you. The master wants to feel like a father figure. A father loves a son who succeeds, but he resents a son who surpasses him too quickly. By showing small defects, a typo he catches, a detail he corrects, a social faux pas he saves you from, you trigger his paternal instinct. You make him feel protective rather than competitive. You are taming the beast by feeding it small scraps of your own dignity. It is a small price to pay for survival. In the next part, we will discuss the sun god strategy, how to actively position the master as the center of the universe to mask your own ascent. The sun god strategy. The sun god strategy is built on a simple law of physics. The master is the center of the solar system. You are a planet. You reflect light. You do not generate it. If you attempt to generate your own gravity, you disrupt the orbit and you will be ejected into the cold void. You must actively position the master as the source of all energy in your environment. This is not about being a yes man or a sycophant. Sycophancy is transparent and often repulsive. This is about being a lens. You must gather the scattered light of the room and focus it entirely on him. When you are in a meeting, observe the eyes of the room. When you speak, do they look at you with admiration, or do they look at the master to see his reaction? If they are looking at you, you are in the danger zone. You are stealing the stage. To correct this, you must master the art of the attribution loop. Every time you speak, you must verbally tether your ideas to his previous words. Start your sentences with, "As you mentioned earlier," or "Building on your vision for this project," or "I am executing the strategy you laid out." You become a conduit. The brilliance passes through you, but it lands on him. The audience thinks you are smart, but the master thinks you are loyal. That is the winning combination. You must also understand the sanctity of the public stage. In public, the master is infallible. Never, under any circumstances, correct him in front of an audience. If he quotes a statistic wrong, let it slide. If he mispronounces a name, let it slide. If he proposes an idea that is mathematically impossible, you nod. To correct him in public is to humiliate him. You might think you are saving him from a mistake, but you are actually exposing his incompetence. He will not thank you for the correction. He will hate you for the exposure. If you must correct him, do it in the shadows, and do it by blaming yourself. Say, "I might have misunderstood your directive, but looking at the data again, it seems..." This allows him to save face. He can say, "Ah, yes, good catch," without feeling attacked. There is a powerful, advanced technique here called the scapegoat shield. There will be times when the master makes a mistake that cannot be hidden. He drops the ball. He misses a deadline. He offends a client. In this moment, he is terrified. If you step in and take the blame for a minor part of his error, if you say, "That was my fault, I didn't get the file to him in time," you purchase his loyalty for life. You have taken a bullet for him. He knows it wasn't your fault. You know it wasn't your fault. But by absorbing the blow, you relieve his insecurity. He is now in your debt. A master who owes you his dignity is a master who will protect your career. You must also mirror his temperature. If the master is a serious, stoic man, do not be the office clown. Do not be the guy everyone loves because he is so fun. That makes the master look stiff and boring. If the master is high energy and chaotic, do not be the cold, silent type who looks judgmental. You must be a slightly less intense version of him. If he is a 10 on the energy scale, You be an 8. Never be a 12. If you are a 12, you make him look low energy. You must be his echo, not his competition. Ultimately, the sun god strategy is about safety. By making him the sun, you ensure that he needs you in his orbit to feel complete. If you leave, loses his reflection. He loses the person who translates his chaos into genius. By making him shine, you make yourself indispensable. You are not hiding your talent. You are investing it in the safest asset available, his ego. In the next part, we will discuss the endgame, how to recognize when the master is falling, and how to distance yourself before the collapse. The dying sun. Loyalty is a strategy, not a suicide pact. You have spent years playing the shadow, feeding the master's ego and making him look brilliant. But the laws of physics apply to power, just as they apply to the cosmos. Every sun eventually dies. And when a star dies, it does not simply vanish quietly. It expands, it becomes volatile, and it swallows everything in its orbit before collapsing into a black hole. You must possess the cold-blooded intelligence to recognize the scent of decay. There comes a moment when your master's power begins to wane, his instincts dull, his jokes no longer land. The crowd no longer fears him, they merely tolerate him. He begins to make desperate mistakes to prove he is still the alpha. This is the most dangerous phase of your relationship. If you continue the sun god strategy now, if you continue to fan the flames of a dying fire, you will not look loyal. You will look foolish. You will look like you are betting on a corpse. When the master begins to fall, he will try to grab onto you for support. He will try to drag you down with him to cushion his impact. He will blame you for his failures. He will demand impossible feats of loyalty to prove you are not abandoning him. Do not accept this weight. Do not be the captain who goes down with the ship out of a misplaced sense of honor. Honor in the face of inevitable destruction is just stupidity. You must execute the gradual drift. Do not sever ties abruptly. That creates a bitter enemy who has nothing left to lose but the desire to destroy you. Instead, create distance. Become busy with projects that keep you away from his direct blast radius. Stop feeding him ideas. Stop fixing his small mistakes. Let his incompetence begin to show to the world. You are not sabotaging him. You are simply removing the props that were holding him up. You are letting gravity take its course. Look around the ecosystem. Who is the rising sun? Who is the young, hungry leader gaining momentum? Or perhaps, is the throne finally empty enough for you to take it? You must begin to subtly shift your orbit. Offer small tributes to the new powers. Signal to them that you are not attached to the old regime. Cruelty is necessary here. You may feel pity for the master. He was your mentor. He gave you your start. Kill that pity. Pity is a luxury for the powerless. If you try to save a drowning man who is panicking, he will drown you both. Let him sink. Your survival depends on your ability to detach your fate from his. The moment he becomes a liability, he ceases to be the master. He becomes an anchor. Cut the rope. In the final part, we will discuss the ascension, the moment you step out of the shadow and finally reveal your true brilliance. The ascension. The waiting game is over. You have played the fool, the servant, and the shadow for years. You starved your ego to feed his. But you were not passive. You were calculating. You were storing energy like a coiled spring. Now, the master is gone. Perhaps he was promoted, perhaps he retired, or perhaps he fell because you finally stopped propping him up. The throne is empty. It is time to step into the light. This is the moment of the reveal. When you finally take command, you must drop the mask of incompetence immediately. The clumsiness, the constant questions, the hesitation. Burn them all. You must shock the world with your speed and decisiveness. People will be confused at first. They will say, "I didn't know he was this sharp." This surprise is your greatest weapon. Because they underestimated you, they never built defenses against you. You walked right past their guards because you looked harmless. You are not just filling the void left by the master. You are expanding it. You show the world that the brilliance they thought belonged to him was actually yours all along. But remember the most important lesson of power. The cycle never ends. The moment you become the sun, you create your own shadows. You are now the target. There are young, hungry wolves watching you right now, just as you watched your master. They will try to flatter you. They will try to make you feel secure. They will try to hide their ambition behind a smile. Do not be the insecure master who blindly destroys talent out of fear. That was his mistake. Instead, use them. Identify the smart ones early. Keep them close, but keep them dependent. Let them shine just enough to be useful, but never enough to blind you. You know the game now because you played it from the bottom. You know exactly what a hidden knife looks like. Never Outshine the Master was never about submission. It was about camouflage. It was about survival. It was about hiding your power until you were strong enough to use it without permission. The mask is off. The kingdom is yours. Rule it with eyes wide open. This concludes the protocol. You are now awake.